What's up, guys? Welcome to today's episode of Big South Outdoors TV. I had a customer of mine, a long-time customer actually, asked me to tell me, you keep saying commercial versus homeowner mower. What's the difference? I thought everybody would probably know, but obviously not. So today, I'm going to take the time. I'm not going to be long, but I'm going to take some time and point out the not so obvious differences between a homeowner grade mower and a commercial mower. I'm going to go over many aspects, but I want to touch on the not so obvious. So stay tuned. Before we get into it though, be sure and hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button, please. Guys, come on, join the family. We're trying to build this thing. We're reaching for the stars. And you can help me do that. And I'm up to 312 subscribers. To those that have subscribed, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. You just don't know. But when you click that subscribe button, guys, come on, click the notification bell so you don't miss any content. So we're going to get into it. All right, just so you know we're comparing apples and apples, I'm going to turn the key on. This is the hour meter. And it says this machine has 387 hours on it. All right, let's step over to big red. As you can see by this machine has 399.3 hours. So this machine is a 2020 model. That machine is a 2006 model, and this one's got, let's see, 87 to 99. It's got 12 more hours on it than this one does. Just wanted to point that out. Now, before we get into it, I know I'm probably going to get some snippy comments that I'm not supposed to be using this as a commercial mower. I don't. This is primarily a backup mower. If something happens to that one, or I have a lot of work to do, and I run this one and I let Nate run the big one. But this machine only gets used, I'm going to say, maybe 3 hours a month. So it's not used commercially. It's just used to give that little bit of help, or if that one there has to go in the shop, which it's under warranty, and I've only had to put it, had a small repair done at one time. So I just wanted to point that out so nobody leave me any nasty comments about, well, it's not made for that kind of work. You shouldn't be doing it like that. I don't. I just wanted to point that out. Other than the obvious visual differences, one being much bigger than the other, mechanically the differences are, this one, the hydro, they both have hydro gear drive systems. This one has a 2200 hydro gear. This one has a 5400 hydro gear. This one runs probably 7.5 to 8 miles an hour forward and about 4 miles an hour in reverse, if that, maybe 3 miles an hour. This one runs 14 miles an hour in forward. Yes, I said 14 miles an hour. And it runs 7 miles an hour in reverse. So what else are the differences? Well, this one only holds 2.5 gallons of gas, where this one holds 13 gallons of gas. Those are just the more obvious differences. Now we're going to get into some not so obvious differences. Now I'm behind the camera now. One of the biggest and noticeable differences between a homeowner grade and a commercial is the deck. This deck, as you remember, has 12 less hours on it than the Gravely over there. But I wanted to show you this deck. It's made of 10 gauge steel. And if you see here, this deck is coming apart. It already has come apart on the bottom right here. And they're not made to run commercially. I know that. but this is a dadgum good backup machine. It cuts good, it leaves a good finish on it, but the decks, unfortunately, are not made for commercial use. And here's another point. You see my little strap there I've got on it, and that's because this deck, it sways like this because it doesn't have the connection points like this that a commercial mower does on all 4 points of the deck. That's another difference. But let me show you under this deck. This is a commercial deck. It is 7 gauge steel. It is 1/4 of an inch thick, and I don't know how well you can see under that deck, but I'm gonna do something here. I know I'm moving around a lot, but I'm gonna do something here. I want you to what? Listen to this. Listen. Now listen to this. You hear the difference in that? You see how solid that is? Now, they both have comparable engines. This one has a 22 horsepower Kohler Courage engine. As you can see, it says Kohler right there. This one has the Kawasaki FX850V, which is 27 horsepower. So this machine has 5 more horsepower than that machine. Now, I'm gonna show you a really big but not so obvious difference. We're about to wrap up. Now, you see this lever right here? Right here, this is what operates that mulch guard. You watch this. That's a steel plate. On this machine, now we're talking about the differences between commercial and homeowner grade. This is the mulch guard for your typical, even zero turn mower. It's plastic. That's all it is. It's plastic. Now, I'm not knocking it, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it. This has been a good machine, and I would not discourage anybody from buying this machine. It is a very, very stout, for what it is a very stout built machine. Now, I'm gonna cut the camera, I'm gonna give it to Nate, and I'm gonna show you one of the biggest obvious differences. Or should I say not so obvious differences. As you see right here, I've got a postal scale. This is Flossie's postal scale, and I'm gonna show you something. This is a spindle off of that mower. I mean, off of the Craftsman Z6400. It's still got the pulley on it. This is where the belt rides, and this is where the blade goes. Well, as you can see, I hit a root and it broke these ears off because, wait a minute, I'm not in the camera, I'm sorry guys. It broke these ears off because this is made of aluminum. But this is one of the biggest, not so noticeable differences between a homeowner grade mower and a commercial mower. Now I'm gonna turn this thing on, zeroed out. I'm gonna lay this on it. That weighs, I got it. Well, wait a minute. That is not what I meant to do. Okay. Now I'm not touching it. 4.14 pounds. That is with the pulley still on it. Now, this is the spindle off of a Gravely, a commercial mower. Not this one, because I haven't had to replace these yet. But this is made of all steel. The bearing is actually still good, but the keyway wallowed out. But anyway, as you can see, it still turns. There's nothing wrong with it. But I had to replace it because this keyway messed up. But anyway, I'm gonna put it on the scale and I'm gonna freeze it. I'm gonna set it dead on it like that. Okay. Wait a minute. I did that wrong again. Dadgummit. Okay, now it's giving me an error. Hold on. We'll get it in a second. Okay. Okay. That one over there, the one that came off the Craftsman, weighed 4.14 pounds. That one still had the pulley on it. The other one doesn't. And it weighs 8.15 pounds, as you can see. That's the difference. That's one of the biggest differences between a homeowner grade and a commercial grade. All right, we're gonna wrap it up right there because we're in the shade and it's over 90 degrees out here. But I think you get the idea. Is a homeowner grade mower worth it? It depends on your application. If you're using it to cut grass once every couple of weeks and you have like a half acre to an acre, yes, it is. It's worth it. These mowers run about, I think they're somewhere between $3,500 and $4,000, and they're well worth the money. They don't run that fast, but they operate smoothly, and they'll get the job done if you keep your blades good and sharp. Is it worth buying this if you're getting into or in the industry? If you're getting into the industry, I suggest you start out with something like this. Now, me myself, I started out with a 22-inch push mower and a weed eater I bought from Rose's. That's how I got started, and now I'm up to this. But anyway, is it worth this if you're in the industry spending this kind of money? $3,500 to $4,000, $13,000. That's the difference. But see, this thing will pay for itself in just a matter of a couple of years. So there again, that's another difference. But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up there. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this informative. I hope it'll help you maybe make a decision on what you want to do with your application. And if you do, leave me a like. Click that like button. And again, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And when you do, click that notification bell so you don't miss any content. This is Brian with Big South Outdoors TV saying live big, live southern, and live outdoors. Have a good afternoon, folks.